Hey everyone, it's a Crafter Crochet back for another video. This is one of probably many that I am going to be doing the next couple days. I'm going to do some tonight and then I'm going to do some tomorrow night. So this video is going to show you all of the baby blankets, the lapghans, and the shawls that I'm going to show. Hopefully I can show all of them within a reasonable time span. So, the first thing I'm going to show you is the baby blankets, since I only have a couple of them. So, my gram brings these bags home from work, and this is what I store all of my projects in until I take them to donate them. So, this is the first one that I'm going to pull out of the bag. This is the Cakes and Candles Baby Blanket by Krista. Now, I'm probably not going to be able to link every single pattern in the description below. I don't know if it gives you I don't know if it gives you a specific amount that you can only go to that or not. So I am going to write down a couple of them, and then because I have no idea what is in this bag. Okay, so this was used with Clown Car, I do believe, which is Lion Brand cupcake. So I used 2 full cakes, and it got pretty big. So that is number 1. Make sure my door ain't shut. I just yelled at my kid, so he left. This is the second one that I pulled out of my bag. This is the Whitby baby blanket. So I used balloons for this one. So that is that one. This one I used, oh, look what I found. I found a hook keeper on there. Probably don't remember that one, which is a good thing I'm pulling these out because I probably have a lot more in there. And this one is just a regular granny square, but I used white and I used mandala and the Valkyrie colorway. I just used 1 cake, and I did, looks like 2 rows of white, 4 of the thing, 2 rows of white, and then I did 1 row of each at the end of my, because I was probably at the end of my skein. How many more do I have in here? 2. This is called the Midwife blanket, and I used Lion Brand Big Scoop or ice cream for this, and this is in the lemon meringue, I think, colorway. So I made that one. Nice little stroller baby blanket, if you ask me. And I think I have 1 more. I do. And this is the Star baby blanket. I don't know, 12-point star baby blanket that I made. And this one was in mandala mermaid, I think. So those are all of the baby blankets I have. I told you I had 4 or 5 of them. I have 5 of them. Hence why I need more. So that is it for the baby blankets. Next, I am going to be showing you, and it's the same video, I'm not doing a separate video yet. So that's the baby blanket. The next up is shawls. I have 1.5 bag of shawls that I have made. What blankets? So I have Call Midwife. And then I have the Star. And the Whitby, the Star. I'm forgetting one, ain't I? Yes. But that's okay. Oh, the Granny Squirrel. And I'm not putting the Granny Squirrel in there. So, I'm going to kind of put this on my lap and put that down a little bit. Okay, so this is not the full bag of shawls that I have. So I'm just going to go through. So, this is my own design. It's one of my flat bottom shawls. This is possibly the Granny V shawl. I'm not 100% sure. It has V stitches and it has granny stitches in it with the clusters of 3. I use sweet roll and I think berry, maybe lemon berry. I'm not sure. It's just purple, white, and yellow. That's my own design. Then I have a virus shawl, which I used a 6.5mm hook for, and I also use a 6.5mm for the first shawl I showed you. And I just used one cake of the Karen Big Cakes. Then I have this one, which is my favorite shawl pattern, which is by Tea Time Crochet. I would definitely link and I'll link all of my shawls if I can. So I used a 6, I don't remember what hook size I used for this. This is made using the new Mandala Ombre, and I'm not sure of the colorway. Baby hair. And then this is the last one that I have in there. This is also my own design. And this is my V-stitch flat bottom shawl. So, like I said, I will link all of my own patterns below. And the only thing I ask is if you make one of my patterns, I have tutorials for all of them. If you make one of my shawls, can you please send it to my email so that I can post it on my Facebook group? That is all I ask. You guys getting really flood. Alright, now I gotta find my other shawl. Here it is. This is a bit fuller bag. Okay, let's see what we have in here. I just gave my cat kitty treats for yelling at him. So I just cleaned up his mess. So the first one I'm pulling out of my bag is for a little girl. It's just a regular granny stitch shawl. I just had one cake of this mandala. So I just used it for a little shawl for a little girl since I donate to a church and they have a lot of young children. This is my own design again. This is another V-stitch shawl, but it could be for a little girl or maybe young lady in a nursing home. So there's that one. Here's another one of my own design. And this one I did some color changes every 3 rows, I think. And then I put gray around the bottom, or around the whole thing. Then I have in my bag another virus shawl. But this one is in shawl in a Ball. And I believe this is Restful Rainbow. So that is that one. Then I have a wrap that I designed. I used one full skein of the Red Heart Ombre, and this was the color Anthracite, I do believe. I have 3 more. I have a purple, the blue, and scuba. So I'm gonna, and then this is a tutorial that I got from Fiber Flux for one of her wraps. Then this was my first prototype with the straights and V's. And I do not like this one because I just don't like it. I like the other one better. Like I said, I will link all of my tutorials below. Here's another one I designed. This is the double crochet flat bottom, and this is done in Mandala Genie. And here's my favorite shawl pattern by Tea Time Crochet. I wanted to use up one of the cakes. It's the sugar wheel, I think. And this is Lollipop Along. So I have that one. Then I have a lot of the Charisma. So I got a little crazy and put some skeins together to make a shawl. I think there's 3 or 4 in here. It's my favorite shawl design again. Then I have this crazy one that I designed. So it starts out real small here and gets bigger and humongous. And it's straight at the top, and then down here you have all of these points. I'm not real happy with how that one turned out, but I have an idea for another one. This is kind of the same shawl as the other one, but it has eyelets in it. And this was using the Joy DK yarn. I forget the colorway. Then I have this one. And this is with, Karen Cotton Cakes, the older ones. And I think this is Boho Floral. And I have this one. I just did a random. What I did for this one is I took Kendra's from Hook by Happenstance and Happenstance Place. I took her idea from a cardigan that she made, and I rolled a dice, and whatever the dice said is how many rows I did of that color. So if I rolled a 5, then I did 5 rows of the color. Then I would roll again for the other color, and if I rolled a 2, then I did 2 rows, and so on. And that's what that is. Then I have this one, which is a meshy shawl. And I think this is the Light and Breezy Shawl by Fiber Spider. And I used 1 cake of Mandala Baby in the colorway Honey Dukes, I think. Then I have this one, and this is the Past Eden shawl. It's a nice shawl. Then I have another one in my favorite pattern. Can you tell I like this pattern? It's so easy. You can sit down, watch TV, and do this. Watch a movie. I made this with, it's something pot, pansy pot maybe, and the sweet roll. And it's my favorite shawl. I used 3 cakes of it. Then I made this one, which is the eyelet shawl, which is this, it's by the same person as my favorite shawl, which is, what's her name? Can't remember her name, but she is Tea Time Crochet, and I don't remember what she called this shawl. But it's with some weird yarn that I got from my friend Ujet. She sent it to me. Then I have this one, which is the 5-point shawl with the V, which is from my friend Petra. Or the YouTuber Petra. Sorry, Petra. If you watch this. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. But yes, I made this shawl. And this is using the DK Colors, which is my favorite yarn for DK. And then I have this shawl, which this is also one of my favorite patterns. So this pattern is, I forget who it's by, but I love this pattern. This is 2 or 3 rolls of the sweet rolls. Is that it? Oh, that's it. I thought I had more in there. So, since we are good on time, I am going to throw these back in the bag. And then we are going to move on to lapghans. I love these bags because I keep everything nice and clean. Sorry you're seeing me stuff these into a bag, but that's where I keep them until I donate them all. Which, next time we go down towards Lock Haven, I need to make a stop at the Jane. You know exactly where I'm talking about. I want to make a trip to the Susqueview nursing home and donate some of these. Oh, Jane from Scraptastic Yarns. I went to bingo down in Mill Hall a couple weeks ago and ran into one of the ladies that you know. Her name is Brenda. I do not know her last name because I don't really know her, but the ladies that I go to bingo with know her. And I know she crochets, and she quilts and sews and stuff. But the only stitch she knows how to crochet is the chevron stitch. And that's all she knows. She said that's all she learned. So now we are going to get into the lapghans. Spot 'em. Another thing that I bought is I bought these labels to go on my bags so that I would know what's in what bag instead of, I used to write it on like a big piece of paper and then stick it in the bag. Well, now I just have these labels that tell me what's in the bag. So my first one is this granny rectangle, and I just used colors until they ran out. So that is one. This is a corner to corner I did, and I did the same thing. I used colors until I ran out. And like I was saying in my one video, any blanket can be a stash busting blanket. And honestly, that's exactly what a lot of mine are stash busting blankets. Then I have this little lapghan that I made from a Karen big cake. I had one in this colorway, and it worked perfectly for this little blanket. I have this one as it's my own design, and I will link that below if I remember to. Like I said, all of my patterns will be linked below. If you make one of my patterns, all I ask is that you send me a picture to a Crafty Crocheter 1991, which is my email for this channel, and I will post it, if you allow me to my Facebook group and give you credit for it. I would love for people to start making my shawls and blankets and stuff, but if you don't want to, that's completely fine. Then I have this heavy one, and I used a Super Saver ombre, which is the spearmint, and just used it until I ran out. And then I used white with it. I also made a lapghan with the Call the Midwife, and this is in Serpent, which you all know the story behind Serpent. I had one very kind lady send me another cake. This one is just a double crochet lapghan. I just used the cake until it ran out, and got a little lapghan out of it. And one more. I made this little lapghan using 2 strands, and I went until I ran out of that one also. Whew. We have one bag left, and that one is pretty full. Pretty full also. And then these will go back in my closet, and maybe tomorrow night, definitely tomorrow night, I will show you the rest of everything. So, that is it for that bag. Last bag, and then I will let you guys go again. Okay, so take a drink here for a minute. Hi, Liliana. Hi. You always comment on my videos, and you always have such nice things to say. So I am giving you a shout out. I made this blanket. I just used black for the border, and made some traditional solid. I need to work on my folding skills. Made some traditional solid granny squares and put them together. to make a blanket, and then use black to tie them together. Here is a V-stitch lapghan that I've made. And another V-stitch lapghan that I've made. Gotta go back to, gotta teach my grandma how to actually fold stuff. Because as you see, I'm kind of bad at it. Another a modern granny rectangle. Just using random cakes until I can't go anymore. Another stash busting project. And another stash busting project that I have. And I used one full cake, I think, to do this little lapghan. And I don't even remember what the colorway is on this one. I had one skein of it, and I wanted to use it up. That's what I made that one for. This is my very, very heavy corner to corner, and basically I was using scraps for this. This will keep somebody very, very toasty. So, somebody very toasty. Then I have this long blanket that'll go like this. And I did the same thing. I used a bunch of variegateds and used them up until no more. So, like I said, any blanket pattern can be a stash busting blanket. You can use anything. And then my last one is a V-stitch blanket. And it goes like this again, because me, when I work on blankets, when I do a chain, I always get a little carried away. And half of my blankets end up going long ways than side to side. Okay. That is all of them. Every single blanket lapghan that I have made so far this year. I'm not making any more until I can clear some space out in my closet, which I gotta go to a couple nursing homes and donate before I can get back into the swing of things and make other stuff that I don't need to make. So far right now, I need to make is hats, scarves, mittens, and baby blankets are the 4 things that I need to work on right now. And as you can see, I am working on them from my video that I just did a little bit ago. So, that is everything. I mean, I did that under 30 minutes. Holy crap. Okay, so I need to do modern granny square and rectangle. I need to do the pattern where I found my corner to corner. I already have the Call the Midwife baby, or the Call the Midwife blanket. Do I have to show you the V-stitch again? You've seen that enough on my channel, probably. So that is everything for my shawls, my lapghans, and my baby blankets that I have completed this far. Now, I'm not working on shawls and lapghans anymore until, well, probably until next year. At least until next year. Like I told you, I need to work on baby blankets, hats, mittens, and scarves. I'm working on the baby mittens, baby blankets, and mittens right now. And then I will work on hats and scarves probably in a couple weeks. I have to remind myself that this is only June. This is only July, almost August. And this video is on the 30th of July already. What is it, like one more day and then we're in August already? Like, holy crap. Kids will be going back to school before you know it. But yes, that is it for me tonight. I am going to calm down. I am going to work on a baby blanket. I have one sitting right here next to me. I'm going to get this uploaded. I'm going to watch hopefully some YouTube. And then I am going to relax. So, that is everything for me tonight. I hope everybody has a great Tuesday. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.